All right, lads, we are finally back we're at the cusp of the new Premier League season. It's been 3 months. We've missed you guys. I've missed the studio. I've missed these lads, some of them, most of them. But it's been great. I'm so excited to be back. We have so much to talk about. Pre-season, transfers, Europa League, Champions League. But as always, we have the regular criminals. Naeem, how are you?
Yo, Wagwan. Naeem here. Brownest guy on the internet. So basically, what we're trying to do this season is start the show with intros. That was my first go.
We don't tell
them.
We
have to kind of explain why. I have to explain why I came up with something so terrible, man. So anyway, it's gonna be better. I promise. Next episode, I'll have something better to say
about yourself.
Yes.
Well, what makes you think you're the most
the brownest guy on the internet? Yeah,
brownest guy.
Yeah.
It sounds like there's benefits, but I don't understand what those could be.
I was just being very descriptive.
All right, cool. And obviously, one of the biggest haters on this show and on the planet, man like Kiari.
Is it fair for you to introduce him as a hater?
It is.
It is?
It's absolutely.
Oh no, it's fair. For Kiari, yeah.
I feel targeted.
Oh, he hates everything.
I feel targeted. I
Bro,
love
some
Liverpool.
guy got beat up. He hated on the guy who was beat up.
Oh wow.
He hated on the victim.
The victim shaming.
Yeah.
Let's start there.
Bro,
Let's not talk about that. 'Cause that's long.
We've been calling out Jesus for injury records. Even that guy got injured.
That's not victim though. This is assault. This is sport. Anyway, Kiari, welcome back to the studio. We've missed you.
Man, I've missed you guys a lot, man. It's been a nice summer.
What you been up to, man?
Chilling, man. Boxing.
Yeah,
running around. Yeah, just been working on my fitness, man.
What's the combinations are you? What are you doing?
I can do 10 combis, man. I can do uppercuts, jabs. I'm good. I'm working on it. I'm getting somewhere.
You know, in Saints, he also used to do 10 combis.
At Burger King. Sorry.
Hey, no apologizing here. It is what it is.
It says we had some samosas and mandazi. Kombis, 10 kombis all the time.
So you're trying to grow strength, muscle.
I'm trying to lose weight, tone up, just
Honestly, boxing is one of the best way to do it. The cardio for it, or
Crazy.
kickboxing, or whatever.
You've seen those guys who go to like a physio and then wanna kando kama chapati.
Yeah.
There's like a roll and then wanna.
Yeah, he's the one who introduced it. So.
Yeah, he's done everything.
He tried that.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
Yeah.
I realized that didn't work, man.
No
It
shit.
was
way.
it was really a con.
Didn't lose weight?
Long con, bro. Long con. They told me like 12 sessions.
Let me tell you, that shit is expensive as well. I looked at the prices. I was like, how much is this homie
20
paying
bands
for
a
this
session.
shit,
Then they tell you won't see any results until the 8th session.
Wow.
Bro, I realized by the time I was like at 9. This is not
After
working.
session 9?
Yeah.
Damn.
All right, well, glad to have you back, Kiari. There's a lot to discuss, especially about Liverpool.
Glad to be back.
It's like, it's weird about Liverpool. We'll get into it, but in a way, there's a lot to talk about for not much happening. You know what I mean? Anyway, Saddam, second biggest hater on this show.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Mashallah, welcome back to
Thank
the
you so
studio.
much. Yeah, you know.
How have you been, man? What you been up to?
Just by gym and shit.
Jim and she.
Buff?
Guys been working out, man. I like this. Man. This is
Yeah.
enjoying, bro.
Positivity, bro. We're trying to make our lives better. So you get in.
Yeah, for
He needs
sure.
to have the strength to carry all of those wild takes. Yeah.
That's a decent one, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a decent one. No, seriously, because you really push the limits on Twitter, bro.
Yeah, we need to talk about that. Like, we need to talk about. We do. Like, I
feel like
I don't understand how people just don't see through him.
yeah,
Like,
no,
that's-
absolutely. So sometimes there's a topic that like something comes up on KOT, as it always does, right? And I know Saddam doesn't give 2 fucks about what's happening, but he'll give you
I
the most
disagree.
left or right opinion on
You know,
it.
I see him as this guy who's in his house saying, "Oh shit, that's triggered you. Watch me." You know,
I feel attacked.
you do.
Because I think I care about this country.
Bro.
I care about people's welfare.
Yeah.
So me didn't even vote.
I care about people's houses. I care about where you live. So if I'm pushing something, I'm thinking about you.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You guys are the
Like
guys who
he's,
came up. You went for the food thing.
Yeah, I talked about it. Yeah.
You guys went for the food thing. You're the guy who came up with this whole rice and chala thing. I'm a nine. State
Yeah,
House.
you went
The
for that
meat-
food
the rice
thing.
and
The
meat
rice
thing.
and meat thing at State House must have been from
What's going on with that?
that think bank.
Were you involved?
Remember
The,
I
the
know.
Brainstorming
Let's
session.
feed them.
you know, I'm floating. What about rice and?
Oh,
Okay.
basically, all right, forget it. It's not that important.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
not that important.
G, what you been up to, man? Welcome
Yo,
back.
what's up?
Obviously, first
G-Money?
show back.
First show back. I'm glad to be here. G Money, aka Manchester United's biggest supporter.
Yes.
Of course,
you were
like
wearing a jersey though.
yes. I mean, without my love for Manchester United,
Yeah.
I don't think they'd have been able to achieve what they achieved last season.
No, absolutely.
Thank you.
And I just want everyone to know Harry Maguire is the greatest club captain
Oh my god.
Thank you.
of Manchester United, and I'm just humbled to be the number one Man United fan
No, well
on the
done.
planet.
Welcome to the show. Thank
Yeah,
you.
man.
We'll
For
have a
real.
good time.
You're wearing a weird jersey for a United fan, but
No, but
or
you see,
jumper.
it's actually pointing at Saddam.
Ah.
It's unity. Come on.
Okay, sure. Kind of weak.
Unity.
Kind of weak.
Kinda
to be
weak.
honest. Guys, that's it. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave your comments in the sections below. We'll talk about the different stuff that we're going to talk about right now. Let's get right into it. G, how do you feel about obviously preseason? The signings, maybe sales, some of the matches you've watched, if you've watched any?
I think, to be honest, with the preseason, Arsenal's preseason, which is what I watched predominantly, I think we had a good run. I think we had a good, fair different types of games as well.
Yeah.
My favorite was the Barcelona game
Of course.
because not that we won, it's just that Barcelona weren't ready. They
Yeah.
thought it was a kickabout in the park.
Yeah, they really did.
Do you know what I mean? I think in terms of our signings, go on. What's your problem?
What's exciting about playing a team that just came from holiday? Like why that game? Why not the game that you lost?
To
That you
Man
learned how to
United.
take a penalty.
Man
Yeah.
United.
Yeah, why not the game
I'm
that
not
you know
gonna
like
sit here and argue about like losing the Man United. That
Twice.
was,
You
that
lost
was,
twice.
That was United's cup
Lost
final.
twice.
yeah, lost 90 and lost penalties.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
that
yeah,
was
true.
United's preseason cup final.
Yeah.
It's
So
okay.
like I think from an educative point of view, you know, we have viewers who want to learn something from the show.
It's not just about banter.
Yeah. You learn something from the loss.
Can't
How to
be
take a
many.
penalty.
There can't be many of those.
Well, I mean, end of the day, I think the question was directed to me, but but for me, I enjoyed the Barcelona game. I'm happy that Arsenal got their signings away nice and early. Declan Rice, I think, is still a work in progress.
Yeah.
I think he's not as good as he's gonna be. Timber, I think, is an amazing signing. Havertz
Hasn't been tested, to be honest, but I
Havertz,
see the potential.
I think Havertz, I figured out why they signed him. It's going to remain to be seen how he adopts to that role, how he adopts to any of the roles that he could be playing. So
The Declan Rice one is complex because obviously there's always talk about the price tag. This guy, he walked into the show talking about pilau and stuff. And one of the things that I hate most about that signing is his name. Because Kenyans don't know when they're cracking bad jokes.
right,
And at the same time, they don't know when to stop.
we use timber to cook rice.
Yeah, basmati, pilau, biryani. It's never ending, right? It's quite shit. But apart from that, I think it's complex because he has to learn a different role now,
Yes,
right?
and a different way of playing.
Yeah, and you know, like Xhaka's intelligence goes unnoticed a little bit because
Right.
remember, this guy was doing his coaching badges. And I read somewhere that they're signing him at Bayer Leverkusen because he wanted an agreement that he would be offered coaching opportunities at
Right.
the club as well.
Right.
So like he understands football to a different level,
Right.
right? Rice is 24 and now he has to play this complex role as a left eight, but also like have defensive responsibilities
Right.
and make late well-timed runs into the box. So it's really
So-
weird for him.
So with Rice, I look at it this way, right? And I say to people, he's really good, but he's still a work in progress. I think to some extent Arsenal have paid for potential as well. He's an Arsenal fan, makes it easier,
Yeah, it helps.
helps a lot, and also the fact that, like, you know, you mentioned the intelligence of Xhaka. He's not a dumb footballer, but there's just some areas of his game that Xhaka was better at. For example,
Bad temper.
bad temper, but also I think that he plays. He's a very safe player. Whereas we have someone like Partey who pivots with who will move the game forward with a, you know what I mean. I find that Declan under pressure will always pass backwards. You get me, or sideways. You know what I'm trying to say.
I don't know. I don't think Rice is the ultimate replacement of Xhaka. I think Rice is the ultimate replacement of Partey. I think in the next maybe January or probably next summer, because you know Arsenal just build a team for the next 5 years, right? I think Arteta is looking around for an 8, and I think Rice in Partey's position on another 8. I think that is the future of Arsenal's midfield. I don't think Partey and Rice is what you guys. Yeah, they're kind of very similar. I think they're similar.
I think it's a bit different. Yeah,
I think they're similar in their roles, in where we've known them playing over the years.
Yeah.
It's holding.
No, you're right. Because if you look at the heat map of Xhaka last season and Declan Rice, even though he played in a 4-2-3-1, his heat map was all over the left side because he dribbles, he roams around, and sometimes he finds himself in the box. But even then, the signing of Rice, in as much as it might not be as the 6 now, right? It might be 6 later. What it offers us is the inevitable game where Partey misses last minute.
Exactly.
Right? We can have Jorginho or Rice, and we should have more than enough cover now. And then you can have Kai Havertz or Trossard playing in that left 8 role. So what it offers us, a lot of versatility. And I think why, of course we overpaid, but
I think less versatility, not more.
I think it offers us more.
More because Jorginho, Partey and Rice.
Think about, for example, the game yesterday, and we'll get into it, the Community Shield. When you're playing the juggernaut that Man City is, when you're playing, let's say, Liverpool away, when you're playing United away, then you might not play Havertz, Partey, Odegaard. You're probably going to play Rice, Partey, Odegaard, right?
Right.
Because there's more solidity. And at the same time, there's not much of a drop-off from what Kai offers you going forward compared to what Rice offers you going forward.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It offers you versatility.
You're not paying 100 million for you to be more solid at the back when you're playing big teams.
No, I think that's part of the reason. There's a number. I think this is a layered signing, bro. There's so many benefits to it.
Layered signing when you're buying a player, you don't know where you're going to put him.
You know what?
That's a more signing.
The aspect of overpaying.
I don't understand. You said it was overpaid. I get it, but I don't understand. It's your money. Like, what's the problem?
No. The aspect of overpaying is this, and I was having this conversation yesterday with my homie. It was more of like City have Rodri, who's the best CDM in the league right now.
Okay.
If City would sell Rodri right now, Rodri is not going for more than 70 million, and that's the best CDM in the world right now at the moment.
But that's because he's not English.
Yeah, and
English tasks.
That's exactly the problem. You've overpaid for a guy because of English tax. You've overpaid for a guy who, in my opinion, if a team had £120 million player,
not pound,
euro player, dollars, whichever player,
it's
120. It's 120.
It's $120 million, £105 million,
okay,
and 113 million euros.
So if a team,
so 100 and something,
105 million pounds.
Yeah. Honestly, in my opinion, if a team has £100 million player, that team will not battle for relegation, beat any team in the world. So Rice coming from West Ham, coming to Arsenal for 100+ million, that's just, it's overpaying for, I don't know how to term this, a really good player. Not a player who's hit any amazing heights yet, but a really good player. Because there's nothing I've seen from Rice that has shown me that he can carry a team. He can be the main guy in a midfield who can carry a team, even at West Ham. Even at West Ham.
Last season, last season he carried. Sorry.
No, and also just like I agree with you guys when you say it's a layered.
1 second, for editing purposes, use this.
Oh, okay.
Because
the audio channels.
Because we'll end up doing
yeah. All right.
Sorry.
No worries. But what I was saying about Rice, I agree with G and I agree with Zuhum in terms of he has a lot to learn. Not just even in that left 8 position, just being in a team that's going to be more dominant on the ball. And you're starting to see him having to relearn that midfield role because when a team has more of the ball, it's less sideways passes and more progressive
100%.
passes, which he's not doing yet.
Right.
But to just add on to what Kiari is saying about the price tag, and this is my initial issue, the whole West Ham approach to selling him was that it's an English player, there's English tax or whatever, but this is a central defensive midfielder who had 1 year left on his contract.
So why didn't we just wait?
So yeah, just wait. But just traditionally speaking, players who are 100 million are the ones who are the game changers. The guys with the assists, the guys with the goals, the guys with the progressive passes. Those are the guys now in traditional football terms go for those prices. So I just feel, or clean sheets. I just feel like the whole signing, I think you guys got the United treatment a little bit because West Ham saw how desperate you are for that player. But at the end of the day, both things can be true. He can be expensive, but he can also be a marquee signing. He can be not ready yet, but also he can be a signing that just tells everyone else in the league, tells everyone in that Arsenal squad right now
that we
mean business and we're serious about going for the championship.
Why don't you tweet this intelligent?
Word count, bro.
On Twitter, like
I don't got no badges, man.
Like, unsubscribe, bro.
No, Zub, you agree that 100 is a lot?
I definitely do, but at the same time, that point he made about desperate to sign him, maybe just sign him next season. I think everything around Declan Rice hinged, or rather, all these other signings that we made hinged on the signing of Declan Rice.
Right.
Kai Havertz being played in the left 8 role, possibly, or maybe in the false 9. Urian Timber now possibly.
Right, okay, anywhere, in any position across
any
the
position,
back.
but when he inverts, he's probably going to do it from the right-hand side a lot more. And then with all those connections, it has like a domino effect.
Right. So you think he was the centerpiece?
Yeah, at least that's what I read on The Athletic, and it makes a lot of sense because his defensive numbers were much better than any other holding DM.
Can we agree that your numbers will be better if you're playing for a small team?
Who?
If you're playing for a small team as a defender,
CDM.
you always have the blocking and interceptions more
because for that West Ham team, right? I get that, but at the same time, you still can't compare like his nows to snuff out any loose balls, help maintain pressure on a team that's parked or rather pinned back in their own box. Like nobody else does it better, and whether he does it in that context or out of context, it's still true. The statistics are still true.
Yeah, his stats are impressive. Yeah, you can't argue with that.
And then when you consider, for example, that he's Jude Bellingham in comparison moved to Real Madrid for how much?
100.
No, I think it's like
he's gonna say lower.
It's 100.
100.
It was actually 100. It was less than
Rice.
Yeah, it was less than Rice. Yeah,
right. But at the same time,
and those are goals, creativity.
Interceptions.
Looks.
I don't think it's goals and creativity that much.
Even looks, bro.
I think it's
Bellingham is selling jerseys, bro.
He's playing number.
It's mostly looks.
He's a number 10 for that Real Madrid team. He's not going to be playing 8 or 6.
No, he's going to play 8. He's going to play 8.
No, 8 is exactly where he needs to play.
I mean, either way, they play 4.
He's playing 8-10.
Let's not digress. The point is, he was sold for how much? 100M?
Yeah, 100.
Circa,
yeah.
Including add-ons.
Yeah.
He was sold for 100M to Real Madrid, a non-Premier League club. And you can tell me whatever you'd like about, but it's Real Madrid.
Like no, it is Real Madrid.
No, wait.
They have more than so many 100+ signings.
Yes, I get that. But at the same time, those were before. For them to make this signing now just speaks to how much talent Jude has.
Right.
But West Ham are selling Declan Rice to a Premier League club. He was only ever going to go to a Premier League club. They refused offers from Bayern Munich. Man United apparently were interested, but weren't going to come close to that valuation. And at the same time, in that process of signing him, we've competed. Last season, we showed we competed with Man City on the pitch. Now we're showing we're gonna try and compete for the best signings, right? Off the pitch as well.
Right.
That was a statement in and of itself.
Because were you laughing?
You did what with City on the pitch?
We competed with City on
But he slapped you home and away.
Bro, you guys played 3 times last season. They beat you all 3 times.
But not on the pitch.
Not on the pitch. On the pitch, you didn't compete, bro, with City.
Guys.
Did they finish above us?
I don't
enough
know.
to win the league.
How many points did you
Enough to
collect?
win the league.
Wait,
How many
to
points
win
did
the
you
league,
collect
but
from
five.
City?
Guys.
5 or 6.
Guys, can we take the bias out?
Crazy.
No, what
Like,
bias?
no, can
Don't
we
say
take the
on the-
bias?
don't say on the
No,
pitch.
oh no. What are you talking about?
Liverpool and City.
We competed on the pitch. We beat them
Man
twice
United
in 3
and Man
games.
City, we competed on the
You know
pitch.
what?
How?
Me and you, we competed.
They can only they define it by on a particular pitch.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is,
No,
if you look at
all the pitches, home and away.
No, come on,
So
guys.
wait.
Come on, guys.
So wait.
Guys.
You guys are just gonna actually hold on
My
to that
friend.
line. You're saying we didn't compete
Yeah,
for the title last
guys.
season.
Bro, you competed
Let
for the
me ask
title.
you.
You didn't compete
Okay,
with
then that's
City.
the point.
Yeah, you went for the.
Wait. How do you compete on
You
the
guys,
title?
you
How do
guys
compete
tried.
for a
You guys
title,
tried
Gary?
to win a league.
Okay,
Yeah.
yes, but we competed.
Kari, let me
We
ask
didn't
you.
win. There's a difference.
Let
But at
me
the
ask-
same time, you
Guys,
also
guys,
competed.
guys,
You competed
wait,
with
G-Money,
West Ham,
just hold on.
Everton.
On the board,
G-Money.
not
Zoom,
on the pitch.
Hold on.
Zoom. The reason
Hold
why
on,
you,
hold
the
on,
reason
hold
why
on.
you
Let me
guys
finish.
lost the
Let me
league
land,
was
let me
because you
land.
couldn't be able to compete
Guys.
with City on the pitch. If you're
Guys,
able to
let me
compete with them
land.
on the pitch, you'll have won the league. You lost
Let me
5
land.
points.
Let me land. G-Money, I know you did English UK, so you have a strong background.
Jamaica.
Right?
Jamaica.
Right?
Okay.
Okay?
No, Jamaica.
Us three, we went to the same school.
Wait, what do you mean 3?
No, bro.
Oh, okay.
Us three.
Don't point at me.
Okay, us three, we went to the same school. We
Right.
finished at the same school.
Yes.
Right? I don't know where the fuck this guy is from, but maybe it's not worth mentioning it.
Right.
And I fail to understand how my fellow alumni could fail to differentiate between win and compete. Those are two separate things.
Bro, we didn't compete, bro.
When
What do you mean we didn't compete though?
G-Money, who was that guy that always he was like probably the second fastest man on earth, competing with Usain Bolt?
Asafa Powell.
No,
Tyson-
Asafa won at some point.
Tyson Gay.
Tyson Gay.
He kept
Right.
finishing second, right?
Right.
He competed.
Right.
He never won,
But he competed.
but he competed.
So we can also
Good
say
enough. Wait,
Everton
Wait, tell me
competed.
to
right?
learn English, yeah.
I'm trying to help you.
Okay.
Because the bias
No,
is crazy.
I need to ask a
It
question.
can't be the bias. It must be a lack
So,
of knowledge.
Let me ask a question.
Please land.
Let me ask a
We
question.
move on.
I'm trying.
God damn.
Like, let me ask a question. Like, for you three, right? Honestly, do you not rate Arsenal's performance last season?
I might rate it highly. I've even been quoted
Talking to me.
saying we beat a super team 3-1 at home. I rate you guys highly.
Kari?
Yeah, I rate it, and I rate it as an overachievement. So that's just generally where I am,
Like
where I'm
Leicester?
at. Yeah, you guys did the Leicester last season.
Sour.
You just didn't win anything. So it
Saddam.
was,
I don't rate this Arsenal team.
Okay. I know where we are now. I know where we are now. I will now act accordingly. I figured it out.
Environment. Okay.
Yeah.
So my point is, right? We competed with City off the pitch on the pitch last season, and this season we had our targets, but then eventually City entered the fray,
Right.
and we needed to show that we have to sign this guy over City. Everything had been planned. The groundwork had been laid since January because we tried signing him in January. When Man City put in that bid, with how sensitive the target was to the rest of our plans, we just couldn't lose again to City off
Right.
the pitch. We lost to them on the pitch. We can't lose again off the pitch, and this is the start of something new now.
Right.
So, if you think about it, over the last 3 years, a lot of the times Arteta's wanted a player, we got his second choice.
Right.
Right? We wanted Lisandro Martinez, we got Zinchenko. We wanted Vlahovic in January, we got Gabriel Jesus 6
Right.
months later. You know, and that's been the theme. But Yuri and Timber, first option. Kai Havertz,
No
for
one
some
competed
reason.
with you.
So again?
No one competed. No one wanted Timber.
Okay, sawa.
What do you mean no one wanted Timber? Your
That's
guy
fine.
wanted him.
That's not my point, though.
You
That's
cannot.
not my point.
Yeah,
though.
you can. When you want a player and you're the only one wanting him, and you get him, you cannot
he's
celebrate that we have a
deflecting,
pool.
He's deflecting.
ETH wanted him.
No, he did.
Nah.
did.
That was last season.
That was last
But
season.
still,
But he still wanted
true.
him.
If we wanted him, he was a
He
phone call
wanted
away.
him
Come
before
Last
Lisandro
season.
Martinez.
Last
Right,
season. That was
right,
last
exactly.
season, though.
He was told not to move by the national team coach ahead of a World Cup. I'm listening to that.
Okay, relax.
Anyway, we wanted Jurgen Timber, whether he was anybody else's target. He was our first choice. Kai Havertz was somehow.
Who wanted Havertz?
For
Tell
some
me.
reason.
Who wanted to pay 65 million for
We
Havertz?
still
Right.
wanted him as our
The
first
fact
choice.
of the
Who
guys,
wanted
bro, the
Havertz?
Havertz.
No, be honest.
Zoom.
Saddam,
Be
listen.
honest.
I didn't say we beat other people off Havertz.
Do you think Havertz
But we did though.
was a luxury
Kai Havertz,
purchase?
we beat Bayern Munich for Kai Havertz. Yeah.
Bayern Munich was probably gonna pay like 10 years. Skiza.
Jimani, did we not beat Bayern Munich to Kai Havertz?
Yes.
Did we now we're set to beat David Raya, Bayern Munich again to David Raya.
Right.
You know, Bayern Munich doesn't pay. Bayern Munich is just.
I don't care. I don't
there's
care
no
whether
pool
they
there.
pay. That's a team
It's a
with
Farmers
5
League.
Champions
What I'm
Leagues.
saying, I
Farmers
mean,
League.
5
at the end
Champions
of the
Leagues.
day, this is been the most solid Arsenal transfer window since
Nah.
probably.
Cupping.
No, it has. You tell me more.
Since last
why-
season, G.
No, not since
Since last season.
No, I'm talking about in terms of going out there, getting what you want, and getting them out early.
Okay, look at it.
I've
this
not
way.
seen this for a long time.
Last season we saw you. You played really well. I still don't rate you, but you played really well.
Sure.
You've lost Xhaka. You've replaced him with Rice. Paid 100 plus. Okay. Number 9. You still don't have a number 9.
Yeah, we do. He's
You-
just injured.
Yeah, exactly. You have Nketiah. You have Gabriel Jesus,
No, we have Gabriel
and then you
Jesus.
bought a false
Then
9.
we have Nketiah, then we have Balogun, then we have Trossard, then we have Kai Havertz. Those are 5 options.
So you have
play across
There
the
are
road.
only 4.
So you have 5 options, but you're playing Havertz off his position so that you can fill in that number 9
because
role.
he has that ability.
That's it.
But he doesn't.
You
But he
haven't.
did.
You
But
haven't.
he
He
doesn't.
literally showed it yesterday.
He doesn't have that ability. If you watched any Chelsea game last season, it'll be so clear to you that Havertz can't play as a centre forward, can't play as a striker, can't play as anything on the forward line because he scored 6 goals last year. He had the most number of big chances in the
6
league.
goals in
now
a
let's
rubbish
be
Chelsea
consistent.
side.
G,
9 goals
let's
in
be
the season
consistent.
before.
Yeah, he had the
Let's
most.
be consistent. If we're gonna say on one side that Declan Rice's stats were really good because he was playing for a shit West Ham team defensively, then it goes both ways.
Zoom, I
Because
really-
if Chelsea were
not
struggling
listening
to
to
score
Zoom,
You're
you
not
goals,
haven't, you haven't
listening,
listened to
you're
and he was
me.
You're not
functioning.
listening. Oi,
Hold on.
oi.
Zoom.
I'm listening loud and clear. I know exactly what he's saying. He scored 6-7 goals, Stewie, all this stuff. But at the end of the day, he played for a poor Chelsea side that finished.
You haven't
Bro,
had-
you haven't had the
you're not
final
hearing
bit,
what-
bro.
Well, listen.
Zoom, just give it time. Just give it time to settle down.
Listen to
Because
understand.
Kai
Listen to
Havertz,
respond.
Kai Havertz missed the most number of big chances in the league. Whether you're playing for a poor team, whether you're playing for a good team, you missing one-on-one, doesn't matter whether your defenders
And
shit.
that's okay.
It's you.
That's
Yeah. Listen,
okay for
it's
us.
your
because
talent.
You see, at the end of the day, G Money, like, doesn't Jesus miss a lot of chances?
The big
does.
chances.
That's why-
But what does he offer?
that's
What
why
does
they're
he offer
shit.
outside
Guys,
of the chances?
Guys,
The
listen.
What does
At
he offer
at the end of
outside the
day,
chances?
I look at it this way, and I look at it very simple.
You guys don't know a
we
goal
can
scorer.
we can all dissect
We have many.
his
That's
numbers,
the
which is
point.
all we have to work on. His numbers,
Name.
yeah. His name and his numbers. Like we can say, okay, Havertz did this for Chelsea, that for Chelsea, and he did this for. He was at
Leverkusen.
before, right? My point is this, yeah. Arteta sees something in him that he wants to bring out, right? Sees him being able to fulfill a role that Arsenal do not have. I personally think that the signings so far this season have been all about giving Arsenal more options in terms of how we play. Because if last season, for example, when teams really denied us space to really play.
Havertz is not the guy to get you those spaces. I
Yeah,
actually think
Can I
Trossard.
finish? Can I finish?
I
So the
think
point I'm
Trossard
trying
is
to
a better
make
number
is
9.
with Havertz you can play long, yes.
Which we did yesterday.
No,
which
it
we
was-
literally did.
Like
Yeah.
maybe 3 times successful the
yeah,
whole game.
But
That's good enough.
the thing about it is
65 million.
That's
Come
good
on.
enough.
the thing about it is we didn't have that option last season. It's just about being able to say, okay, you can play this way, your creative Arsenal way. Shit, that's not working. These guys have parked the bus or whatever. Let's go long.
G, I
Another
just have a
thing is-
question, yeah.
another thing
Just
is-
for a player to come to your team, be your club's highest earner, yeah. Is he someone who
He's
comes?
not the club's highest.
He's
earner.
the
That's a
club's.
fucking
That's
lie.
It's
the-
between him and
that's
Declan
the
Rice.
biggest
lie.
You
That's
guys
the
signed him to the
biggest
exact
lie.
contractual.
Oh
Bro,
my!
so just check.
He's on 220.
Bro, just check.
He's on 220.
Just check.
He's
There's
not the
internet.
highest. He's not the highest.
There's
He's
internet.
not.
Just check
Check,
Kai
check.
Havertz's weekly wages. It's not a hidden
Nothing.
fact.
Or just search who's
Yeah.
the highest paid player. You know?
It's either Rice or Havertz. And
It's
for me,
Jesus 250.
Exactly.
bro.
It is.
Highest paid player.
Oh my god, 331.
331. I was 100% sure this was your club's highest
internet
earner.
rumors, bro.
It's not
I'm
internet
telling you,
rumors.
I
It's,
don't believe
internet
that.
rumors,
Absolutely.
bro.
What do you mean you're not believing?
you're not believing the.
Where's the source?
Nah.
Soma, what do you mean?
Bro,
What's
it's
the source?
everywhere. This,
Mirror. The mirror.
bro.
Please.
The mirror.
Okay, show me a link that shows less.
Nah, I'm good, bro. Listen.
So now I've kept arguing over this the whole summer because I knew for a fact this guy was the highest earner, and as him being the highest earner, you guys are talking about a rotation player, like a guy who's
Okay,
an
I have a
option.
list.
Yeah.
Highest earner, Kai Havertz. Second is Gabriel Jesus. Third is Declan Rice.
From the mirror.
No, from the different sites.
This is goal even has 331. There's so many.
Fine, Zoom knows it's to 20, but right.
Anyway,
The fact that he's the highest,
Yeah.
whether it's whatever, he is still highest.
Yeah, he's the club's
Okay,
highest
well,
earner.
well,
And G's.
Let him land.
no.
Let him land.
G-
not landing though.
Nah, you haven't even talked, bro. You've refused from the minute.
Go on.
Hey, G is talking about a guy who's sort of an option, a rotation player. I don't understand a transfer market being as good as you're saying it is, and the players you've all signed, who are your club's highest earners at the moment, are all not solidified in a certain position. So that's just that for me is a lucky transfer. It's a lucky transfer window in the sense of you're trying to see where that will lead. You haven't bought anyone to cover any need that you actually require.
That's
That's true.
because
a wild
these are the same
take.
questions. These are the same
That's a
questions.
wild
Listen,
take.
I can say
these are
wild
the same questions they asked us.
We know.
Right? These are the same questions they asked us last season when we paid 45, 50 M for Gabriel Jesus, and they were like, "How are you guys gonna score goals?"
He gave you 11 goals.
No.
And he had the most big
My
chances
God.
missed in the whole of Europe.
Listen,
Gabriel Jesus
they
is a bad
asked us-
example.
They asked us.
Stop mentioning
how are
Gabriel
they-
Jesus.
Listen, let me finish. They asked us, how are you guys going to score goals? We finished with 88 goals scored last season, 5 fewer than Man City, who had a 40-goal freak in their lineup as well. Okay? And it's already been proven that you don't need a Haaland to win the league. We've seen the highest ever goal scorers were Man City in one Premier League season. They didn't have a 25, 20 goal striker that season. It shared. And whether they like it or not, they keep saying, yeah, you guys don't have a goal scorer. You're absolutely right. We don't have a clinical goal scorer. We have many goal scorers. If we have,
But that's true, though.
If we have
That is
4
true.
players who are chipping in with 10 to 15 goals in one competition, like Martin Odegaard finished with 15 goals, the highest ever scoring midfielder, right? In the Premier League. Listen, let me finish. guys. The highest ever scoring midfield numbers, right, were Bruno Fernandes with 18. That season he came, the first full season he had. And he had 3 pens. No, he had 6 pens.
Yeah,
No,
literally
that was
20.
all competitions. Let's
Nah,
not.
he had 20 in the league. I remember watching
It was all competitions, bro.
Yeah, you had 20 in the league.
He had 20 in the league. Lampard had.
God.
No, but Zoom's right about the highest scoring midfielder is Bruno Fernandes.
It's Bruno, it's 18.
He
bro.
surpassed Frank Lampard.
Yeah, he did. Don't you just joined Juicy.
Yo, guys, so
You might not know this.
guys.
But either way, the point.
chill,
Listen.
Yeah.
We didn't go for Vlahovic.
You hadn't landed?
We didn't go for
Say,
Lukaku. We
land,
didn't go for
man.
these man, right? Because at the end of the day, we're looking for versatility. We're looking for guys with options all around, and that's what he gives us. And I'm happy with that. And I'm
So-
happy to trust Arteta again.
I might be mad.
Let's
35 games, 20 goals.
Produce your mom, by the
The
way.
2013-2014 league.
Who?
Yeah, Yaya Toure. 35 games, 20 goals by Yaya Toure in the 2013-14 season.
But is that just
to
in the
lead
Premier
them.
League or is it not?
That's just in the Prem. And I know Lampard had a season where he also got 20 in the Prem. So I don't want to get
But
Odegaard into
okay,
levels that aren't there.
Even if,
Oh yeah,
even
he
if,
scored 10 set piece goals. Mad.
Free kicks, all free kicks. No penalties. All free kicks.
Yo, you
Yeah,
guys,
yeah.
Zoom is talking about pens like they're easy to score, bro. Your star boy's been missing them for how many games in a row,
He
man?
banged
Come
Man
on,
City
bro.
yesterday.
you know what? There's not hate in this
He
room.
banged Man City.
Chill out.
He banged Man City.
Now that we've discussed Arsenal, let's move.
No,
Where
let's
do you
rate the transfer window for Arsenal.
I'm gonna give them a
G.
4 out of 10,
Okay.
and that 4 is because of Timber.
I'm gonna give it a 6, and that 6 is also because of Timber. Timber is your most solid signing. Havertz will end up being Chelsea's best sell because they bought him for 85, won a Champions League, sold him for 65. 20 million, 3 years for Champions
He has
League
more
is good
goals than
business.
Mount, so we'll take it, man. He's the better Chelsea signing.
Can we talk about?
No,
No, he's taking relax. Composure.
We're going to.
Composure.
We're already on 005
Hey,
with Mount.
bro, I was about to.
You know, we're already on 005 with Mount. We're about to get to 007.
How are we counting preseason? Anyway,
I'd say 7.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 7.
I'm also going with the 7.
Yeah.
But
I think-
I'm not saying 8 because I just feel like the Rice transfer, I think you guys could have like at least gotten him on a cheaper fee. I feel Manchester City pump faked you guys into spending that amount of money. And for him to say that you guys went up against City for the
You believe
signing.
Elianuku?
Wait, chill.
From
For you,
Portsmouth.
wait. For you to say that you guys went up against City and got the signing, for me, It makes sense, but it doesn't make sense because City don't really need a CDM as much as you guys needed him.
I kind of feel like when
so it wasn't the same level of competition.
When it comes to Arsenal, you guys just create all of these.
No, I'm finishing.
Let me land. There's a different. I'm tired of your narrative.
Let me land.
Every day
I said 7 out of 10. I'm giving you my reasons.
Land.
Let me land.
No,
let me land.
I'm not arguing about
let me land. Let me
let
me land. Yeah, so 7 out of 10 because I just feel like with 1 year left on his contract, he's playing for a bottom half team. You could have gotten him for cheaper.
I just find
1 second.
Oh, okay,
1 second, bro.
I thought you were done.
Timber, I think, will take you guys to another level. I think.
What level?
Chill. I think he's better than Zinchenko, and yeah, I do for facts. And then the Harvard signing, I'm just gonna hold my tongue a bit because I just don't. I'm not seeing his function yet, but knowing your coach and how he develops players, I'm just gonna give it up. Chill out. I'm going to wait and see how it turns out.
I don't want to sit here no more when I come here.
No, it's just he talks about Ben White and they have a Congolese English
relax, bro.
Shut up, man.
That's racism, man.
Why is it Congolese like that?
That's nationalism. So yeah, 7 out of 10 for the Arsenal.
Yeah, Zoom. I just wanted to mention something.
The
just on that
thing, I don't agree.
Yeah, I just want to mention something on the.
I just were in for a player, and then we overpaid for them. Do you know which player it was?
Fred.
I do.
I wanted to mention something on the. I wanted to mention something on the pump fake thing, on the competing with City on and off the pitch particularly. When you say you're competing with them off the pitch, City were trying to bid 90 million for a substitute CDM. There was no way they were going to push the price further than that, pay 100 and something for Phillips' replacement. So that wasn't really a win. That's more of a win on depth side for them. That's exactly what Naeem's saying.
Anyway, how much did we get for Xhaka? 25?
No.
21. So 20 million. So one. It's actually 105 minus 20. It's 85.
Quick maths.
Quick maths.
My guy.
Just want to say on that pump fake shit, I just don't believe. And there was that story that former sporting director, the lady, Ellie and Nuko or something, she was talking about how she used to do this weird stuff.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Bro, at the end of the day, this pump fake bullshit, right? You know what process? I mean, you guys watch ball. You understand.
Yeah,
you've done FIFA manager mode.
Yeah.
You have to speak to your scouting team.
It's not a WhatsApp message.
It's not a WhatsApp message and let me help you out and put in 90 million.
Nah. We're not saying
accepted that shit.
We're not saying that.
But I think
we're not saying they did it for fun, bro.
We have to pay 90 million because we're trying to pump fake.
Zoom, we're not saying Zoom, the pump fake bit doesn't mean the pump fake bit doesn't mean they bid for a player they didn't need. They bidded for a player they wanted, but they knew we're not going further than this. We are not going further than this. That's the pump fake.
I look at it this way, guys. Realistically,
they were like, "This is all we have." No, G-Money. What they said was, "Checky." They went to Toy Market, right, with 500, right? And at the end of the day, they were like,
G doesn't know what Toy Market is.
Tell him Harrods.
Harrods. All right. They went
the little gold bag.
Where is that place? Toy Market.
Do you negotiate in Harrods?
No, you can't. You can't. You either have it or you don't.
No, exactly. So they went somewhere where you negotiate. They went to a thrift shop, right, or some thrift market.
Wait, and you running with the narrative that I don't know what Toy Market is?
Yeah, it's running.
We're running with it.
That's the title of the episode, bro. That's the title of the episode.
A thrift shop in London somewhere, maybe South London. All right,
like second-hand
clothes in South London.
Like a clothes someone has already worn.
Yeah, but they only wore it twice.
Oh my god!
And it's been washed thrice. So listen. So they went. This thing is £50. And this person walks up to the seller. He's like, "Checky, I'm gonna give you 40 pounds because I swear to God, this is all I have."
I'm going next.
You got this is all I have. I'm not trying to negotiate. I'm being as honest as I can.
Right.
That's Man City's offer.
But
they wanted him.
The difference.
And at the end of the day, they weren't trying to replace Rodri. They weren't trying to replace Calvin Phillips.
But guys,
they were trying to replace Gundogan.
The difference.
Let me give you a different
analogy. One sec. The difference is. This is okay. So G Money goes to Toy, right, and going to bargain for a jacket. The difference is G Money went there with a jacket. So G Money is City. You went topless. You're Arsenal. You needed that jacket more than this City guy needed it, bro.
Guys,
yeah, and let me
add a jacket and it's cold.
Yeah, let me add. So
lips are like this, bro. Give me that jacket, man.
You see, the thing is, we know
Why are you talking
Jimani.
about my niche? It's okay,
Can we talk about like,
And then
talking about another man's niche. What are you blushing? It's out. God damn it.
so the
Yeah,
thing
free
is,
the
so
nip, man.
to add to the narrative, see now Jimani doesn't even know where toy market. He thinks we're talking about toys. G is saying, I only have 90. G is Man City now. I only have 90. Hata sina ya kurudi nayo nyumbani. Right?
Mimi natembea. I'm
But
walking.
G knows he has 100 in his pocket. He would want change. So now he cannot pump. So that was a pump fake.
Right.
Like
No,
90,
no.
but
Nah, I don't see it. I
No,
don't
guys,
see it. Nice try.
look at it this way. Look at it this way, right? So damn, you have a nice car, right?
oh yeah, thank you.
You have a nice,
Yeah, thank
you have a nice car, right? But you want to get a new one, right?
BMW
Basically-
guy telling him Mercedes guy. It's crazy.
No,
Wild.
Why?
I
I
didn't,
never thought I'd see the day, man.
I didn't say I
If
drive
you're in a
it.
club, you need to be kicked out.
I wouldn't say I
You
drive
need to be
it.
kicked out.
But has a nice car, right?
Why your loyalties, bro?
Right. So you want to go and get another car.
Yeah,
What you
yeah.
do is you're gonna trade in that car, maybe, or you're gonna sell that car and then add the money to get the other car, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So pretty much end of the
But
day.
if I have a, if I'm selling, if I'm trading in a Toyota,
can
which
I
is
finish?
Jaka,
Wait.
it's a bad deal.
But while you've sold this car, someone's offered you, I don't know, 3M for your car, like, and you've sold it. Now when you go to the dealer to buy this car, you don't have the money, but you have the cash. You don't have the full amount, but you have the cash.
Exactly.
You got to top up, right? That's what they did. That's all they did. They sold
Nah, actually-
Jaka and bought. That's like, fam, we do it all the time.
No,
Naji, I
that-
actually think City's need for Declan Rice was either a Phillips replacement on the bench or a centre back. And Declan Rice, as
No.
his beginning,
Guys,
his
no,
beginning.
let's be real.
Nah,
let's
his
be real.
beginning.
So
Guys,
Bro,
they were
his
gonna
beginning
sign-
is-
No,
So
stop,
they were gonna
stop,
Gee,
stop,
they were gonna
stop.
sign
No, no, no,
Declan
no.
Rice
I'll be
and
quiet.
Vardio.
They weren't gonna
quiet.
sign Vardiol if
I'll
they
be
signed
quiet.
Rice.
Let me say this. You guys are nuts. You
Why?
guys are sitting
This is
here.
crazy.
You're sitting here. You're sitting here telling me that a player who Pep says is dope, that Wenger says is dope, that Arsenal went and bought, that other Bayern wanted to, you're telling me a player that 5 clubs wanted is not a good player, is not a good
It's not that he's not a good player.
We're not saying
What
he's
is
not.
that?
No, he's not a good player, G. He's just not even the first choice CDM in the City team, or even first choice left 8. He's also not the first choice centre back. He's all kinds of stuff, but he's just not it.
Let's
what
let's
Gary
move from
saying.
let's move away from Arsenal.
Thank God.
I'm
Anyway,
tired.
I just want to say the 7 out of 10 for me is because
Guys.
the 7 out of 10 for me isn't necessarily because of who we brought in. It's partially that, but also because we haven't yet sold well. Xhaka is the only good
Yeah.
sell so
Guys,
far.
there's a thin line
20.
between hate and banter. Choose beside your own.
Yeah, that's
No, use.
Let's talk about
Let's
Liverpool
move,
signings
let's-
because that's the quickest one.
Yeah. They've sold 4 players. They brought in 2.
man.
What a transformational team.
I just want to read out G Money, Saddam and Kiarie and Naeem. So this is how many more days until the Premier League? 5, 4,
4 days.
4 days.
4 days.
This is Liverpool's midfield as things stand.
Right.
And I know the transfer window doesn't close just yet.
Yeah.
But there is Dominic Szoboszlai,
Uh-huh.
decent, right? McAllister, decent World Cup winner. I'm sure you're gonna use that all the time.
Nah, bro.
Curtis Jones.
Mid.
Can I ask a question?
wait, let me finish.
Yeah, finish.
Harvey Elliott.
Mid.
Some guy called Clark.
Mid.
Another guy called McConnell.
Mid.
And Frodendorf.
What about Thiago?
Those are the only guys. Because
Yeah.
Thiago is not on that list. Because Budget is not on that list. I know that list because I've seen it.
Went on loan.
Nah, Budget hasn't gone on loan,
He's
bro.
going on loan.
He's not going on loan. He's
Okay,
according
Thiago, add Thiago.
Bro, add Thiago and Budgetic and add another midfielder we obviously purchasing,
guys-
which is not for me. It's not really a problem. Yo, listen,
You
yeah.
guys want to borrow Declan Rice?
Nah, just
You
listen.
can use him as centre back. You can use him as left
Yo,
wing.
if any one of you guys watched the under-21 Euros, you might have an idea of what Klopp is thinking of the season, and it's not generally that.
What is he thinking of? Tell us.
Tell us what is
And-
it.
Nah, but it's not generally.
great,
It's not
Kiari.
generally
Enlighten
that.
us.
No, yeah, I'm saying it's not generally that. When I do look at my transfers, yeah, when I do look at my transfers,
Transfers, which is just 2.
yeah, my 2 transfers,
Yeah.
bro. It's not really.
What
bro,
is Klopp trying to
you
do?
guys haven't done the biggest
No,
thing.
no, no.
So
Don't talk about them,
yeah,
talk
so
about
me
you.
when I'm talking about myself, when we've gone to the transfer market, we've bought Alexis McAllister. Alexis McAllister,
I already mentioned
top
that.
top
already mentioned
midfielder. Nah, bro,
Is
just
he?
listen.
Is he?
World Cup winner.
Top.
Give him that.
Nothing about. I'm not even talking about being. I'm not.
Won the World Cup was shit.
Bro, I'm
The
not.
thing
I'm
is
not
about
even.
McAllister, I don't know if he's
I'm asking
a
a
holding
question.
mid. I don't know. I don't know if he's an 8
It's
or a
okay.
10.
See,
Yes, like
okay.
he
So
doesn't have the physicality.
I want to ask.
So so I'm not gonna land. It's as simple as
No,
this.
just- He asked
No,
the
I'm
question,
just
I
asking a
want to
question.
Yeah.
I don't, and this is a genuine question.
Yeah.
Like, I won't tell you that I watched Brighton extensively last season. Is McAllister as good as you Liverpool fans are making him out to be?
Yes.
Can I get the table's honest opinion?
I mean, he's 45 million rated in a team
No,
where
no,
there-
no, no,
Let me
no,
finish.
no, no.
Let me finish. There is a bunch of players in that team in that midfield. Caicedo, they've said no to with 80. There's a very good reason why. Yeah, but they quickly let go of McAllister for 45.
Bro, it was a
There's very
clause.
good reason.
My question is,
So
guys,
the good reason was a clause.
have you
When you
noticed?
sign a
Nobody can answer.
contract.
No, can I give my
Yes,
opinion? I was trying to
and
answer
I'm
your
asking
question,
you-
but then
How-
Gary
How is he answering a
I'm
Liverpool
asking-
question,
no,
bro?
he
You
asked the
don't.
table. He asked the table.
I am asking everyone.
We're gonna get your opinion right now. Don't worry.
Is
We're
McAllister-
saving the best for last. Have you
I'm
heard of it,
asking,
bro?
and this is a genuine
No,
question.
G-Money. So listen, for Argentina, correct me if I'm wrong. He plays as an 8, right?
Yeah.
Not as a 10. Because
Yeah.
obviously Messi.
Nah, he's
right?
played as an 8 everywhere.
Yeah, but
Okay.
also for Brighton, in the variety of formations that they've played, one of them is as a 10.
Mostly
Right.
as an 8 with
Yeah,
a double
mostly as an
pivot.
8,
Yeah.
but one of them is as a 10. What I'm wondering, right, is Liverpool for a long time haven't replaced Wijnaldum, haven't replaced now obviously they've lost the physicality of Fabinho and Henderson. So who's bringing that? And at the same time, I know McAllister doesn't have the legs to be that bombing
to box.
yeah, and unless Klopp is changing his style, I don't know. But
I'm just
Chiari was
asking-
going to tell us about their style soon.
Okay, so you've answered the question.
I think it's good at
You
penalties.
said, you get off the phone, Naeem.
I'm just doing the stats, guys.
I'm just asking. Is it in the same way that guys will dissect
Declan Rice.
Rice and say this? I'm genuinely asking: is McAllister? Liverpool are a big team. Is he that signing?
Yes, and I'll say why.
Tell us
and
why.
that's
We keep
exactly why.
quiet.
First of all, to answer your part, the reason why it was that cheap was because of a clause in his contract. So unlike Caicedo and like the guys who signed new contracts because they were getting peanuts, he had a clause in. We got him for 36. Easy work. Yeah, release clause. McAllister offers creativity, offers positional discipline that's unmatched. Like, I generally, if those two guys are the guys who changed the World Cup for Argentina, this is something we all watched. I'm not really talking about Brighton because
McAllister and Enzo.
McAllister and Enzo, they were brought in after the Saudi game. They
Not
both
the penalties,
they both
Messi's
they
goal.
both didn't start the Saudi game.
Okay.
Lost the Saudi game. They were brought in, started every other game for the World Cup, and it's mainly because of his positional
Discipline.
He's able to stick to the role he's given. So with the replacing players, our fittest player, interestingly enough, the guy who offers us the most legs, is Soboslai. Soboslai. The new guy.
Yeah, some
Soboslai.
numbers,
Yeah, Soboslai is wicked when it comes to running.
I really
So-
wanted him when he was available.
So he's
We-
currently
okay.
he's kind of replaced something we didn't have last season. The Wijnaldum question Zoom's asking, that's Soboslai for me. So if you can be able to get Soboslai in, and he's way more creative than Wijnaldum was, and he's offering legs, and we have McAllister with his positional discipline, all that's remaining is the CDM. But that's not where I was coming in with what Klopp is trying to do, I guess, because Klopp has watched the Euros, the under-21 Euros. The under-21 Euros, England's winning midfield was Curtis Jones and Angel Gomez. None of them are natural CDMs, but they were playing in a double pivot. And it changed the whole style of play where it wasn't more of an interceptor, more of a destroyer. It's more just maintain your positions,
Right.
then control possession more.
So you think Curtis Jones and McAllister would be that?
I think Curtis Jones, I actually think Curtis Jones is starting this weekend against Chelsea, whichever way. Whether we do saying Lavia this week, whether we do saying, because if you did watch Liverpool towards the end of last season and we did finish the league probably one of the strongest teams, when towards the end of that was Curtis Jones in blistering form. And he performed fine for majority of Liverpool fans. It's not the sexy signing. It's Curtis Jones. It's an academy player. It's not. So we've been watching him develop for a while.
That is interesting, right? But
it's not. That's how you know he means
it's our first episode. Come on, gas my boy. Kiari, you have lost Fabinho. You have lost Henderson. You have lost Keita, and I don't think Thiago. There's anything you can get out of him. No, I'm talking about midfield,
bro.
So now wait. Let me finish. You have two new players, McAllister and Szoboszlai. They've been in the preseason for pretty much the whole preseason, which is good, right? The reason why you are still desperate to get Lavia is because Klopp doesn't give a fuck about that Euro that you're talking about.
He actually does, bro. If you see, this is the thing, Saddam. When you do give such statements, please do have listen to Klopp a bit, because Klopp went to a Liverpool podcast, spent 55 minutes on that podcast discussing the whole preseason, for you to come and say he doesn't give a fuck about that Euros. He literally talked about Curtis Jones for 5 minutes with his performance in the Euros.
He has to scout from the under-20s to sign players.
No,
crazy.
Everybody else is signing Premier League players.
You logically right now.
Yeah.
Would you believe in that Curtis Jones and whoever as a double pivot that would work for you?
I'll be the first person to ask everyone here. Who here would have believed in Wijnaldum in the Henderson midfield?
Not Henderson. Wijnaldum, yes.
Wijnaldum coming from relegated Newcastle. Henderson coming from Sunderland. That's our starting midfield.
Wijnaldum was a good player.
Don't
discredit Wijnaldum, please.
Buying them to change a team.
Yeah, no. The same way.
I just want to say,
the same way I'm rating Lavia and Caicedo right now in small teams. The same way I rated Wijnaldum when he was.
Let me add some fries to this very hot oil, because right now Naeem did us the favor of getting some stats out, and he compared, I think fair comparison, McAllister with Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka had 7 goals compared to McAllister's, and he also had 7 assists compared to McAllister's 10. Sorry, McAllister's 10.
Oh, McAllister had 10 goals.
10 goals. And McAllister had 2 assists compared to Xhaka's 7. But out of those 10 goals and Xhaka's 7, right, 6 of them were penalties.
Right.
I think 1 was a free kick, and Xhaka's no penalties scored.
Right.
So he scored all from open play and had 7 assists. And
right. I think
he's a bit. I think what Liverpool fans are doing, because the interesting part about football Twitter, right, especially with this new algorithm, is I see the delusion. I see the delusion of Eric and Chiari, and then I follow other pages like the Immortal Cop. And some other pages, the something
but
LFC. No, wait. Let me say what they say. So obviously these men are saying they're going to be challenging or whatever because their signings are very excited and all that. And I'm like, they should be, fair enough. But then at the same time, these other more realistic pages are saying, yo, there's teams in the bottom half of the table that have spent more money than we have, right? Brighton, in my opinion, looks stronger than Liverpool right now.
Right.
Aston Villa
midfield
looks stronger.
Midfield, maybe.
Yeah, no. Even
Can I just
options
say,
overall.
Let's just be realistic for a minute.
I need to defend Gary here. Don't ever compare him to Eric. In terms of
fair enough.
delusion.
Yeah, I mean,
Eric's delusion
that's
is
a cut above the rest.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Don't ever
You beat the allegations.
Yeah. Eric's delusion is next level.
You're less delusional than Eric.
Yeah. That's on me.
Zoom. It comes back to this, yeah. First of all, stop comparing stats between midfielders. Put Cruz's stats next to Xhaka. Xhaka's better stats. Not even half the player.
Yeah, but Cruz is a
not half the player. So when you start comparing stats between midfielders, it doesn't really make sense to me. But fine, when you compare players in whichever way you want to compare players, yeah. As a Liverpool fan, I look at our front line. Our front line is probably the most loaded front line in Europe. So when you do come and talk,
who?
Bro,
their front line is quite stacked.
We have Cody Gakpo, we have Darwin Núñez, we have Jota, we have Salah, and we have Luis Diaz. All who are capable. All
starting for any team.
I rate
all who now. All who
having 3
I rate Mo Salah, Diogo Jota, and Luis Diaz.
Yeah.
The other 2 have stuff to prove.
Like
Cody Gakpo has stuff to prove for sure. Yeah, he's coming.
Even Núñez though.
Yeah.
Even Núñez.
I can't even talk during a Liverpool conversation.
So when you Yeah, so
Right.
no, bro. So
So
when,
hold on, what time is it? It's not 7 yet.
now when you give me
No, it's,
when you talk
almost
about my frontline Zoom, yeah, all have been top scorers in the various leagues when they were playing in the various leagues. All. This is Cody Gakpo in Netherlands. This is Luis Diaz in Portugal.
Kerry.
This is Darwin in Portugal. This is Salah in England, and this is who's the fourth? Jota.
didn't say anything about
yeah.
Salah.
So when we talk about goals,
I was talking about those two. Speak
Nah.
about those two.
So yeah, the reason I'm
You know
talking
what?
about my team.
Nunes reminds me of that Carroll guy. What's his name?
Andy
Andy
Carroll,
Carroll,
like-
Okay, so
he's quicker though.
the reason why I'm talking about our front line being as loaded as it is, yeah, is because when Zuhum comes here and says you need to share goals, you need to share, bro, when you're looking at midfielders, when you look at McAllister's stats, we just need him to take penalties. If it's about goals, we have goals.
yeah,
This
Salah
is
takes
exactly how we won the league. We won the league with Wijnaldum scoring 2, with Henderson scoring 2, with Fabinho scoring 3.
Bro, if
So-
McAllister doesn't score, if
So-
McAllister takes the penalties, Mo Salah will be out of the top scorers list.
He's
very
never.
quickly.
Mo Salah has been in the Premier League for 5 seasons. He's never scored less than 19 goals. So when it comes to goals, just relax when it comes to
Penalties?
Salah.
I'm talking about penalties.
Just
not goals.
relax
I'm talking
when it
about
comes-
penalties.
You,
So
it's
confused.
easy. It's easy for you to gas Liverpool when you're talking about your strikers. No
Yeah.
one doubts. You had the same front 5 last season.
Nah.
Plus Firmino.
We didn't have the same.
You had those players were your team.
Diaz was out for half
No.
the season. Jota was out for
There's no
half the
wait,
season.
wait. There's no guarantee that.
Okay,
the
so
full
how
year-
come
Let me
you
finish.
mention injuries, but Jesus,
Zoom.
no, he wasn't out
Wait.
for half the season?
Zoom. One
Like,
second.
what the
One
fuck?
second. Listen,
The
whether they're
bias
injured or
is
not, you
insane.
had those players.
Yeah, for sure.
Then nothing is no guarantee that they'll be fit here this season.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
You had those players.
Yeah.
My concern and the reason why you struggled last season was mainly
Yeah.
because of your midfield.
Yes,
Your
exactly.
midfield right now, you are 1 or 2 injuries away from having Curtis Jones and some other random kid from fucking Poland.
You mean
So
that
no,
McCarthy guy?
no.
Yes,
You see
yeah.
why Saddam,
know what I mean?
I find it
Fair
funny. I find it funny here because if you talk to any decent Liverpool fan or any
Wait.
fan, any
Hard
fan
to find. Hard to
any
find,
fan
to be
who's any fan who just watches.
find.
Yeah, I know.
Nah,
hard to
any
find.
fan who
Right.
actually watches football, yeah. When you look at a guy like Henderson, who we've lost, when you look at Fabinho, who we've lost, bro, last season we played our best football with Fabinho out the team, with Henderson out of the team. We played our best football with Budgetic and Harvey Elliott in midfield. So, but
You didn't have a good season last season.
nah, I'm saying we played our best football when we actually got into a run, when we actually started heading for that top 4
towards
run.
the end of the season. Yeah.
Towards the end of the season, that was Fabinho benched by an 18-year-old. Now, just that's an 18-year-old. 18-year-old who benched Fabinho.
Right.
And benched Fabinho and started and impressed all of us, and we started playing well. And that's right now. So you telling me losing Fabinho is losing legs, losing Henderson is losing legs. Those guys lost their legs 2 years ago. We've bought
All right,
We've bought
Naeem has a good
Soboslai.
question for you. Naeem has a
Yeah,
very good question.
I've had this question. Where will the
No, but everyone else needs to hear the question.
where
as
will
well.
our
Yeah,
midfield
ask
where will our midfield rank if we got Lavia?
Yeah.
No, even if you got Lavia.
Even if we got Lavia,
Because he's
if we
19.
if we had Lavia right now, generally my midfield in the league, I'll rank them
He's lying.
probably nah. I'm being on a back. Why am I-
It's
hey,
hard. It's hard. No.
I'm being a back because you really have to be honest. The teams that
Man City have a better midfield.
City have a better
Man United
midfield.
have a better midfield.
United, it's dodgy. United right now, it's dodgy. It's dodgy because now
Okay.
and this is the thing. I think you watch Filthy also a bit. You guys watch Filthy, yeah? So the argument from Filthy, this was particularly for United fans. The argument was, will you guys replace Casemiro with Lavia? You would. So if you guys will replace Casemiro with Lavia because he
Why are you
offers more,
answering for them?
nah, because he offers
like
more
3 years.
because he offers
No,
more
but why
legs.
are you answering for them? That's a
Nah,
weird
because he
question to
offers.
ask and then answer
Nah,
for
because
them.
he offers.
Saddam, would you replace Casemiro?
Nah, just because I wanted
Now,
to finish
right
the
now,
train.
start.
With the edge.
I wanted to finish the train of
With
thoughts.
edge, I'm telling you right now, Premier League has started.
No, I wouldn't.
Would you chuck Casemiro
No.
from the starting lineup
No,
and
no.
put Lavia in?
I don't
No.
think there's no one
I
can do
wouldn't.
that. No.
Okay,
I wouldn't.
It really depends with how your team plays. I know how Liverpool play, yeah. So I know for a
No, but
fact.
why are you answering
Nah,
for them?
just
Name,
listen.
would
I
you?
know how Liverpool plays. So me,
No.
I'm talking on a buck. Even if we had Rodri, for us, even if we had Casemiro, even if we had whichever good CDMs you guys want to put, our team is based on athleticism. Our team is based on running. Our team is based on legs.
So answer the question.
Also answer
So-
the question then, yeah.
I will replace Casemiro
No,
with
no,
yeah.
that one. The fourth,
What do
the
you rank
midfield. I rank
In
our
the top
midfield.
six, whatever.
probably the fourth best if we have Lavia. And the reason why I'm saying,
bring that cup.
nah, bro, the reason why I'm saying the fourth best, and bro,
Okay, so ahead of who's?
listen, and this is why name.
Alright, who's first?
Name, you need. City is definitely
Second?
first. City is definitely
United
first.
second.
Second, I'ma be honest and I'ma say I'ma give it to Aston Villa. Aston Villa to me, bro. I've watched. Nah.
Wow.
Okay. Nah, guys. This is the reason.
Yeah.
I actually said this season I'll approach the season differently.
Coutinho,
Yeah. So I've watched every single team's preseason games. So unlike you guys, unlike you, nah, skia. Unlike you guys who are talking just ndo mseme ati team gani iko na player on my expect. I'm really.
Is that our first wild take of the
I'm
season?
coming from a very.
Officially, yes.
Nah. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. And third for me.
Brighton.
Again, third for me is Brighton. And the reason I'm saying Brighton, if Brighton do get kudos, bro, Caicedo, have you guys watched preseason?
Summer series.
Not the summer series. Have you watched every team's friendlies?
No.
So, as someone who's watched every team's friendlies, I will tell you the most surprising team. The most surprising team. And you guys are not ready for that. You guys are just talking about Brighton because of Brighton last year, Brighton. Bro, it's not even about Brighton. It's not even about Brighton last year or how they were playing. The players Brighton have brought in, the guys they've brought in to replace McAllister, the guys they've brought in to replace Caicedo, who's already there.
So
bro,
based on those
Buki.
What's their name?
Alaze
like
is
drinks.
a bookie. That homie is one of the sickest ballers I've seen. And I was like, yo, you guys.
So Brighton have
First Man City.
Brighton have a better midfield than us. And Brighton have a better midfield than you guys.
Villa have a better midfield than you.
Yeah, and that's exactly. I'm saying they do have a better midfield than all of us.
Wait. So the best midfield is
City. Yeah.
Second best is Aston Villa.
Yeah.
Brighton.
And the third one is Brighton.
And
That
that
is-
is bad.
Wait. Then the fourth one is Liverpool.
Yeah.
Fifth
Newcastle.
is Newcastle.
Sixth I'm gonna go for Arsenal. And I'm actually going.
He's trolling.
No, I'm not really.
trolling.
You guys think I'm trolling.
did you always plan this?
Nah, you guys think I'm
serious.
You guys think I'm trolling. I actually had this conversation yesterday in terms of Arsenal's midfield.
With a wall.
Odegaard, Martin Odegaard, your club captain. Last year had his breakthrough season at 24-25, yeah. He's been playing football from the age of 14.
23
at
actually.
the elite
23.
level, yeah. At the elite
23.
level.
Wait.
So this is a home with 10 years experience. He's finally had a good season. I don't expect it again.
Wait,
So
about Aston Villa, I'm so confused.
Yeah, who in Aston Villa is
McGinn.
Who?
no,
Yeah,
McGinn
you rate
doesn't
McGinn.
even start for them.
You're
now.
rating who?
So
rating?
Gordon Ramsay,
Done.
who else?
Coutinho.
McGinn? Coutinho,
Who's going to Saudi by the way? Oh, Qatar. He's going to Qatar.
Qatar, yeah.
Yeah.
Camera.
Camera.
Are you saying camera to make it more fancy?
Yeah,
We're not
fancy.
scared.
Wow.
Player than Partey, bro. It's not gonna be an argument.
Okay, guys.
He said Bade
Earlier.
to reel me in.
To really win, bro.
I'm done.
I want
Outside.
I'd like to apologize.
Can we rate the
I
Liverpool
apologize.
transfer?
He's as delusional as Eric.
I told you. I was on something.
Brighton also getting kudos, and you see, this is the type of things.
This
Kudos.
is a front.
By the way, it's not Kudus. It's Kudus.
Ah, bro, he's Ghanaian, bro.
He's Muslim. He's Muslim.
He's Muslimic,
He's
bro.
Muslim.
Is it?
It's Kudus.
Kudos.
Kudus, bro. It's Kudus.
Anyway,
Kudus.
my rating of Liverpool's transfer is they've signed 2 players, which is 2 now.
One for each.
Got
I like it.
Honestly,
Got him.
I'd give the 4th best midfield a 4.
That's cool.
Right.
A 4th best midfield.
They've lost
A
4
4.
players that are bringing 2. That's mid.
It's
when you
lit.
add
It's
four-
lit.
That's like when like Komba to a market. Like,
Can I confess though? I've never been to Gigomba.
But Toy Market.
Toy
you
Market
went.
I've been.
I am not surprised.
That's not a
Where
confession.
the white
G.
people go.
That's not a confession, man.
Expectation.
Where the white people went.
We've been new.
Where you were like, hey, there's some white.
No, I drove. You know
Insane.
you drive past it.
I never drive past. I walk, man.
No,
Masai Market, I know
I
you've
don't
been.
do that.
That's the hell at times.
Anyway, name. What do you give Liverpool's transfer?
I give
3.
I give it a 4, man.
Yeah, that's
these guys are
mid,
they're
bro.
still negotiating with Southampton, who have been relegated,
bro.
for a 19-year-old CDM.
You guys just got to
So,
Japanese.
By the way, like I remember.
no, because he doesn't want to be number 2. He doesn't want to be number 2,
Guys,
bro.
I remember
Or number 3.
I remember comparing because we were interested in early on in the transfer window. We were interested in Lavia. I remember seeing the stats. Right, the stats are so indicative of a player that is almost there, but not yet ready to be anyone's starting DM. They compared him to Casemiro, Rodri, Partey, Declan Rice,
I mean, remember, he was also
Caicedo,
playing-
right? He's 19, but even then, he has errors leading to goals. He has he has the lowest passing accuracy. He makes the fewest recoveries. He's 19 at the end of the day, but this guy wants to start him over Casemiro.
Just one question before we move on now to the next team, the next team's transfer window. Kjaer, you know me, I rate Liverpool. Do you honestly believe that this is a starting Liverpool midfield? Like, knowing how great you guys have been in the past seasons, do you think the players that you guys have signed, honestly, are Liverpool starting quality?
Yeah. Yes.
And apart from McAllister.
McAllister and Soboslai.
Soboslai needs time to bed in now.
I don't think Soboslai needs time.
Season.
I don't.
Wow.
Huh?
It's gonna be his breakout season.
I remember you're going to Ukraine
Who's breakout
for
season?
Europa.
It's gonna be his breakout season.
Who's?
Szoboszlai.
Bro, that means you didn't watch him in Salzburg. That means you didn't watch him in Leipzig. So, bro,
nobody breaks out in Salzburg.
if it's your
okay,
bro, guys,
even Haaland didn't break out of Salzburg. He still had to go Germany to prove it.
Wow.
bro, he
Nobody
broke.
like
says-
Salzburg is in Germany.
sounds like
he
a
still had to go
movie.
Borussia Dortmund.
Fresh out of
Like, who the
Salzburg.
fuck breaks out in Salzburg?
Soboslai is from Austria, no?
He's from Austria.
Yeah, he's Austrian.
The Salzburg in Austria.
Yeah, yeah.
Not the German one. You relax.
Ah, okay, so either way,
so
he
he's
still
still
had
not-
to move.
he's
He's
not
still
even-
not even there,
Salzburg,
bro.
nah, see, bro, both call it the Salzburg. See, Salzburg is Austrian, bro.
Austrian League na Tanzania.
Anyway, hakuna shida hiyo.
Tanzania League kuna pesa wala.
Sawa, sawa, ina shida, bro.
That's fun,
Sawa,
no fans.
so this is generally. Let me just answer your question.
Because
I think
you know how we've had Liverpool greats.
yeah, and that's exactly what I want to
Are
answer,
these
bro.
Liverpool greats?
Bro, for me there, and for me believing in how we play, these are the type of players we needed. And bro, I can't really try and convince. You see, this is the thing. I can't really try and convince someone that McAllister is good. And I think all of us know McAllister
I
is
think
good.
he's good.
I can't.
No,
I
no,
can't.
no,
I can't.
Xhaka.
I can't. I can't.
He's
Okay,
not better
bro.
than Xhaka.
That's cool, bro. That's cool, bro. That's it. What do you want me to do? You want us to buy Xhaka? Bro, we have McAllister. So me I'ma take what I have, and this is exactly what the Xhaka, who's better than McAllister, came to Anfield and cost you the league because of a small temper Zuko on the side. So I don't know what's better. I'll want someone
we
who
move on.
yeah.
And Trent, is he going to be a 6 or a fullback this season? Where do you
Inverted,
see
I think. That's
where do
the
you
only
see
option.
his future?
It's inverted. He's playing inverted, and the reason as to why is
Because
we haven't yet bought a right back, and the whole concept is
Calvin Ramsey.
if we do manage to get a proper right back, we're done. Even this whole CDM thing we're talking about here, that's done.
Yo, Calvin
Because
Ramsey.
if we do get Lavia, the depth will be between Trent and Lavia.
What happened to
And
Calvin Ramsey?
I personally, maybe not you guys, but I personally have seen Trent play CDM for England and for us. And I think a Trent, McAllister, and Szoboszlai midfield is good enough to go
All
for a
right,
league.
what happened to Ramsey? He got injured last season, and he had that bad knee injury. He's not coming back.
Nah, he's probably going on loan. He hasn't had time to develop. He's just 18. He came in his first season, got injured.
Never mind.
So
He's
right now
18.
we're looking at another right back from the academy.
Manchester United.
Hopefully comes through.
Now we transition.
Yo, before we transition, one last thing. If you guys watched preseason, you guys this season you guys will swallow your words. And for one player
You
and one
swallowed
player
a slap last
and
season,
one
my
player
friend.
only. Virgil van Dijk. One player and one player only, Virgil van Dijk. And there's something fine. I came to know about it after in the preseason.
What happened?
Van Dijk played majority of the season injured. The whole of majority of last season injured. Finally got treated, bro. If I watched him in the Bayern game, there was some things last season we all talked about, which was more of like he's engaging in tackles, standing off, that type of stuff, bro. I saw what he was doing the Bayern game. His weakness now is playing with Matip, if he's being forced to play with Matip.
Right.
But he's getting into the tackles and he's going in full-blooded. Fine.
Captain,
That wasn't maybe it's the captain.
So you think he'll improve because he's now sliding?
No, bro, because he's not. Bro, Van Dijk was the best defender in the world for 4 years straight. Last year,
Without sliding.
2 years, bro.
Without
bro,
sliding.
he was just in the world 11 last year.
No, 2 years. No. He was good. Yeah.
Wrongly so, cuz.
Wait. Without
And you know it. You know, wrongly so, man.
transition, come at and hug. We're going to United.
Guehi had a better season than Guehi had a better season than Van Dijk last season, bro.
No, that's facts.
We move.
Speaking of United, I'll talk about the rate. I'll start with the rating. I think United have had the best. I think United have had the best transfer
Surprise.
season.
Who have you guys signed?
Let me finish. Shut the fuck up.
No, just tell us who
I'll tell you. I'll tell you in details.
Okay.
We finished third last season. One of the least conceding goal teams in the league.
Golden Glove.
We've replaced De Gea, who cost us Europa. We were going on a treble. We have a midfield who's also a keeper.
Okay.
Oh no.
Think fast.
But now when
Wait, let him land.
It's out.
Can I finish? Can I finish?
We spoke about Arsenal. We spoke about Liverpool.
I'm asking a question about United. not
relax.
about
What am I doing, Basi?
We had a toxic goat. The beginning of last season,
your goat.
he was toxic.
Your goat.
He is my goat, but he's toxic.
Uh-huh.
When goat is toxic, you let it go. We let him go. We replaced him with Kai Havertz. Okay, wait.
German Kai Havertz.
We replaced him with Weghorst.
Dutch.
Who? Wait.
Kai Havertz is German, my friend.
Dutch Kai Havertz. We replaced him with Weghorst, who was a meme. And we finished third. So, the team that finished third last season, one of the best defense.
So those are your three signings.
It's not your time.
Wait.
So now we have a striker. Remember, our main problem last season was scoring least number of goals. Was our goals were coming from one person, Rashford.
Yeah.
Who was the second best player in the league. Now we have the next Haaland.
Can
Jeez.
I go?
Well, it's quick Mark Harlan's allowed.
Wait, and then
Quick Mark Harlan.
and then we're replacing Fred.
Quick Mark Harlan.
Wait, can I? Hey, one meeting. Naivas, quick one.
Naivas Holland.
So now, when it comes to midfield, which was one of the best, it's clearly better than Aston Villa. We've added Mason Mount, and we are bringing Amrabat. I think we have passed all our weakness.
No, wait. No. Don't say players you haven't signed. No. Don't say because angeongeza Lavia. Angeongeza Lavia.
We gave him a chance on Ongeze,
No.
and he still said with Lavia he was below Aston Villa.
He
said with. No, I said with. I said with.
He said
you
with.
asked
No, he
me-
said with.
No, with you asked me how I rate it.
You guys can rewind
You didn't
it.
ask
He
me
said
what I
with.
rated.
So now,
got you.
if
Got
he
you,
added
fucker,
with, if he had it, let me
So-
add Amrabat.
So we do with
I
Aramat.
Alright, guys. So
And let me say before okay, I don't know he wants to say this. There's a black Japanese. I don't trust black Japanese. How the fuck are you Japanese and you're black?
What's that guy's name?
Suzuki.
Something.
No. Something.
Suzuki, bro.
Zion Suzuki.
Yamaha.
That guy said Z to United, bro.
Said no.
Yeah, he said fuck off. Now.
Doesn't want to be third
I'm pretty
choice.
sure he also refused to be an African.
Yo, so just that thing on just that thing on your midfielder who's a goalkeeper.
Onana.
Yeah.
Yeah, what about it?
What happens when someone takes a shot, just randomly, takes
Yeah.
a shot from halfway,
Ask
and he's in
Ramsey.
midfield?
Ask Ramsey during
No,
the
I'm asking
Europa
him.
League.
I'm asking him.
know
During
what?
a crucial
I'm
game.
asking him because my keeper is a keeper.
Bro,
He's not.
wanna-
Ask Ramsdale, who still had his whole team ahead of him.
Guys, no.
So your ball playing keeper is out.
Zahum. Let's have a genuine conversation about
please.
Onana, right?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Baller,
Let me
though.
just finish with Onana, right? I
don't like how you're saying his
honestly
name.
believe Onana.
No, I don't like it.
Say it again.
Yeah, say it properly.
How?
All right, whatever, right?
Sing it.
Onana, right? I genuinely believe of all of the players that United have bought, he is the worst signing.
Really?
And I'll tell you why.
You say
I'll
you're
tell
being
you why.
genuine here and then just talking.
No, I'll
crap.
tell you why.
You're just being
No.
Kiari.
You're being
No,
your
no, no,
Kiari
no, no,
here.
no.
Kiari here,
Nope.
bro. Sixth Aston Villa. Sorry,
Fam.
sixth Liverpool. Arsenal. Sorry. Wait,
Goalkeeper,
Right on that.
Champions League goalkeeper, blah blah blah. Cameroon, he's toxic.
He is.
Hella.
He's hella
He had
toxic.
no right to talk to Maguire that way.
And he actually had no right to talk to Maguire that way.
Yeah, he did.
And if you look at his career's been defined by toxicity. Him and ETH by Christmas.
Toxicity and pregnancy pills.
I mean, if it helps, it helps.
By Christmas.
Fat loss program.
Nah, bro,
They make you take those things.
Bro, the Onana bit's interesting because as much as you're saying all that stuff, Onana was chased away from AFCON because the coach told him we're not really playing this tiki-taka stuff.
Yeah.
He thought he knew better than the coach.
Yeah.
Like, we'll play this. Bro, uncoachable first of all.
Yeah.
So
No, you can't say uncoachable because he got to the semi-final with Ajax. And he got to the final with Inter.
No.
He is coachable. He is a winning man.
That
His
guy
record. Listen, let me
has
answer.
a toxic.
He's toxic, yes, but it's good toxic.
He's not
I would
toxic.
rather have someone who is ambitious.
If you guys are talking about the shouting, that's a toxicity.
Yeah.
No,
Imagine.
Generally.
Yeah.
You
I feel like
that's
that's an agenda, man.
really.
Yeah, I think that's
Nah,
an
listen,
agenda.
listen.
Bro. Because-
I rate communication. Right? But the best keepers in the world, I haven't seen them berate their defenders like that. He's done.
Do you
it-
even
he's
know
done
what
it-
he was saying?
He's done
Do you
it
guys?
with. He's done it.
Were
with,
you guys even hearing what he was saying?
He's done it with Edin Dzeko.
Yes.
He's already done it in a preseason game
With-
someone who's just been robbed of his armband. Harry Maguire.
Robbed.
He's already down in the dumps. He's kicking him, right?
Yeah.
He has issues with drugs and
Cameroon.
and he has issues with authority.
Pregnancy
Saddam.
pills.
Like
Saddam.
at the end of the day,
I know,
G,
crack
like
cocaine.
Saddam.
no,
You know.
I'm just saying, G, the best keepers in the world. Yes, their defenders will make mistakes. Ederson, Alisson, who else is a great keeper? Ramsdale, David Raya. You
Yes.
know,
Just
they're
put them.
all fantastic
Yeah,
keepers.
just put them in, bro.
Courtois.
Leno.
I like because Kerry is quiet.
Leno, put them all in.
Kerry is quiet. He cannot speak about Onana shouting because Milner was shouting at Van Dijk the other day.
But Van Dijk deserved it. He should have died.
You
No,
know,
but-
like it's a
Should've-
common behavior.
No, but guys,
Now
guys-
he's sliding is the best defender.
Yo, guys, can we just be serious for 2 minutes, man? We're arguing about someone shouting at
Winning
his
teams,
players for making defensive
They have to
errors.
shout. It's a
Toxic.
bit toxic. He just called it out, and I agree.
De
with him.
Bruyne
Gee,
was
how many,
shouting at
how
his
many,
wife.
how many games have you played as a professional footballer?
Oh my
man?
days! How
Never
many?
played
How many has
zero.
anyone here played?
I've played games. Even you have played games as a
Wow.
professional,
Yeah,
bro.
as a
Even him is played as a
professional,
pro.
As a semi-pro.
As a pro, bro.
Pro, yeah.
Yeah, I've been paid. I've had contracts, bro.
Yeah. Semi-pro.
Okay, we had semi-pro.
So-
Kumusha, back in my Hanamana 20 days, there was a time. Wait, there was a
Shit.
time.
Haukulipwa ile siku.
No, sikulipwa. I mean,
Then
I
you
play
can't
for
talk.
free. No,
Then
no,
you can't
no.
talk.
I play for
You're
free.
a trialist.
But no, you're not paid.
You were
to
shouted
play-
at by a keeper.
You're not paid to play for your country. You don't know that. You would know this by now.
Of course you are.
You don't.
Just not in Kenya.
It's just allowances and shit, and I still
So
but no,
that's not
die.
money?
No, I'll get them. It's just allowance. Just
I'm just saying.
This guy's allowance was to get to City Stadium and then go back home.
Wow.
That's what it was.
It's okay.
400 shillings.
I'm part of a
okay.
bigger
Tops.
problem.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
It's the
end of day,
institution.
I see issues.
No, look,
So
look.
wait, my thing is, Can I talk now? Can a real nigga talk now? I don't know where that agenda has come from, but I just wanted to say this is the first time in like 8 years, 10 years, Manchester United have signed a player before July. This is the first time we've had all our targets, most of our targets, in before the league has started. This is the first time we've refused to pay above and beyond what a player's value is. So even just from those small factors that I have mentioned right now, this has been a fantastic window for Manchester United.
You did cap though. Right there at the end, you just walk up. You said you didn't pay over the.
Who did you ever pay
This
for?
this Danish guy. This Danish guy.
Atalanta wanted 80 million euros. We've not paid 80 million.
Bro, Atalanta wanted 80 million euros. That was already robbery. You ended up paying 70. That's already robbery because the homie scored 10 goals last season.
Mount.
10 goals.
Was it 10 in the league?
Just
Yeah,
coughing in Mason
10 in
Mount,
all
yeah.
comps.
Yeah, that's 10 in all.
He scored 10 in all comps.
Which league? Serie A.
Serie-
Which league was he in?
Portugal 32.
No. What?
I'd still rather those
ratings?
numbers. I don't care about ratings. I'd rather someone who
Nah.
scored consistently over a whole season.
According to what?
You guys act like this money affects your Feliza.
Huh?
Like what the fuck?
Huh?
Who cares how much money they spend on these
No,
players?
but they overspent for sure.
Okay, my
It's just
issue is
that
that
my issue with the Hoyland
Yeah.
thing, right, is when they're talking about Haaland regen or whatever.
No one's
That's
talking
only
about
him.
No, it's a lot
It's
of
only
them.
Saddam.
You're telling me there's only one delusional United fan.
There's
like 70 million. of them.
Zoom. The
problem
Haaland
is-
comparisons have been pushed
he
by the
influences
media,
guys.
not by United fans.
Who told him to have the same name?
No. Don't put that
if
on
someone
us.
was called
No,
Zoom and I'm
don't
called Zoom,
put
what
that
are
on
you guys
us.
comparing?
No United fan has said this guy's coming to score 40 goals. No one has said he's going to be as good as Haaland.
The point
He's
is-
solving an issue that we've had. We've not had a number 9 who's younger than the age of 27 in the last 5 years.
Okay.
Sawa.
My issue is
Speak to him.
Martial.
with this age profile of his, he's not a proven goal scorer internationally or
Oh,
in,
6
or
in 6. Six
For
games.
Denmark.
6 in 6 for Denmark. What is that?
What do you mean?
That's a
not
goal a
proven,
game.
bro. 6 in 6 games.
Yes.
That's it. He just played 6 games.
If he played 20, he
It's
would
a
be
great
20.
start. Really? That's how it works.
This guy, his trajectory has been so crazy. If you look at his history from where he started to where he is right now in the span of time that he's climbed up the leagues, and he scored
What
6
is
in
it?
6.
Tell me if I look at it. What is it? You
Go
clearly
look
looked
at it. I'm not
Why
doing
should
a
I
work
look
for
at it?
you.
The
Zoom,
point
Zoom.
is-
It's not as
wait.
bookie. It's not as bookie as he's making it out seem. The one of the things about United, I actually read this up yesterday. They've been scouting him from the age of 11.
Exactly.
They've had the opportunity to sign him for 2 million. That the first team
But here
signed
they are
him
paying
for.
70.
Atalanta signed him for 14 million. This is just the season before.
Nah, it's mad.
They've scouted him for bare years, but now after 10 goals in all comps, all of
And
a
that's the
sudden-
thing.
But
At
we've
the end of the
never
day-
been well
Let
run
me land.
until this transfer season.
Alright,
That's
let
what
me
I'm
land.
trying
Let
to
me
tell you,
land. Let me
niggas.
land.
Give us a rating and then we move on.
No, my issue is I'll give you the proper ratings. I think Onana is a great signing. I think Mount will be decent. I don't think he's going to be amazing. I think he's going to be decent. The Hoyland one, I'm sorry, but he is not yet fit.
Is he an improvement
lead
to what
the
we
line,
had? Wait, is
to
he an
lead the
improvement?
line?
Is he an improvement to what we
You
had?
see, for me, I don't understand why United fans live in this bubble where it's either Weghorst or Hoyland. There's nobody in between.
Which other
Why
number
is it
nines?
Some really shit old guy.
Which
or
other
some
number
really
nines?
shit young guy.
He's
I
not
don't get
shit.
it.
He's not shit. He's
No,
not
no,
really
you
shit.
Don't say shit. Don't say shit. Listen, is he an improvement to
Why
what?
are they catching feelings?
Is he an improvement?
Why have you called him shit unnecessarily?
Because he is. He's not a finisher. He plays
He's
more.
not
he
a
played
finisher.
more of his games against for
This
Atalanta
guy
as a left
didn't know.
winger.
He
no?
didn't.
As a left or
He
right
played
winger.
as a number 9 who drifts onto the right side. This is
know.
our player, bro.
You know who that reminds me of? Lukaku. That's all.
Give us.